Between Two Wrenches podcast here from Milwaukee Pipeline 2025, and the man with the coolest name in all of Milwaukee Tool, Jake Knight.
I like it.
Yeah. I like I get to use my radio voice in that Jake Knight.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's coming.
Yeah, you definitely have a knack for that. It's like you've done it before.
Well, with a name like that, you kind of got to say it with some gusto. Yeah. We had a chance to hang out with Jake at SEMA this past year. We were talking boom lighting, I think, at that point, but we're going to be talking about some new stuff here today. Not a real battery, so don't worry, we're not in danger up here in front. But I did want to ask you one thing, Jake. You know, we kind of talked when we were at SEMA about like the SEMA experience.
Yeah.
And now that we got you here at Pipeline, the Pipeline experience, such a great opportunity not only for us to get to come and kind of check out the new innovations and feel the vibe of Milwaukee Tool, and you guys get a chance to kind of showcase all the new product development stuff that's coming out. But I just got to know, like, are there internal memos about the rules that you guys must follow during this week?
Rules of Pipeline?
Yeah, like, here's what you can and can't do. Just you don't need to get into specific details because I'm sure some of that's confidential.
Yeah,
but I feel like there's just some general guidelines, we'll call them.
I think there's guidelines, but
Okay.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, like, how do we highlight the product in the right
Perfect.
way? How do we
Yeah.
tell all the work that we've been doing? Like, that's why we're here, right? Like,
Absolutely.
It's a venue for us to show off our products. Like I like to say, it's sort of our product manager Super Bowl. Like, we do 2, 3, 4 years of work.
Yeah.
This is where we really get to highlight it, have the interaction with you guys, and leverage your guys' expertise and your audiences to really tell that story and, like, take what's going on across, I mean, we got 20, 30, 40, 50 people that work on a project.
Yeah.
How do we tell the story of all the work that we've done and why these products matter to our users and that we're really thinking about them?
Yeah, and the same thing we talked about with lighting is the way that you guys go out, and we've spoken about this with every representative of Milwaukee that we've had on, is that you're in the field. You are asking the questions. You are, creating, the solutions to the issues that any industry is facing, and that's kind of what, obviously separates Milwaukee Tool from the competition.
Yeah, 100%.
And everybody's so passionate about the tool that there hasn't been one presenter that I've walked by and has been like, yeah, like, this is our tool.
It's pretty neat.
It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
it
you
does
probably use
stuff.
it.
They're like, okay, all right. So remember sliced bread? This way cooler. And they're just so excited to talk about it in a way that it's certainly not forced.
Yeah. There's no force. Like, we are the owners of everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it speaks to, like individuality between it. We all own our own business. We're all out in the field. Like, when I was doing hot shot jump starter, for example, like, new category to us. Like, how do we go and learn about jump starters? Like, the only way you learn is being in automotive shops 24/7. Like,
Right.
How much can we get out? How much do we understand that? We don't have the knowledge in a space like this. We need to know the user, need to know what they care and what they don't care about.
Right.
And that's what it is. It's, hey, we have those conversations. That's the passion. We hear all of the things that users are telling us. We got to do all this work, and we're excited to show it to a mass audience instead of that smaller group of research individuals that's helping us out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about, tell me about NPD here at Milwaukee Tool, new product development.
Yeah, so NPD is our lifeblood, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're constantly, I mean, we're here every year. We're showing all these pipeline products. We constantly have, I think, I don't even know how many products we have this year, but you see the setup, and, like, everything about our NPD development product starts with the user. Understanding, we're going out asking the right questions. Like, we talked a lot about listening. It's not about trying to find the answer. It's about understanding the answer, right? So we're only going to make the right products if the users is making that product for us. So from a development standpoint, like we talked about earlier in our sort of kickoff there, but it can be a 12, 13, 14-month schedule all the way up to a 5-year schedule. So as we kick something off, it's about intaking all that information, understanding, hey, what is our mission statement for this project? What is our goals? And what do we need to deliver? Otherwise, what do we need to deliver at a minimum to do a successful product? And then how do we overachieve on that? So you have that process. You go through all the builds, all the prototypes, constantly overcoming challenges, trying to make that product better, being out in the field and getting that feedback.
Yeah, super cool. And there's got to be a moment, you talked about the process that could be 12 to 18 months. It could be 5 years. And I'm assuming that you've been a part of that moment when we're like, we got it.
Yep.
Like all the boxes have been checked. We've nailed this product. That's got to be the elation, I imagine, in the teams that work on these kind of things. Has got to be just super awesome to be a part of.
Oh yeah. It turns into a family, right? Like
Yeah.
you're working with a group of 5, 10, 20 individuals, and like you're working day in and day out. Something comes up, hey, challenge, gave it to a user on the field. Maybe it didn't perform how they expected.
Right.
I'm bringing that information back in. Engineering's going, how can we fix this? How can we overcome that challenge? All the other teams, like, you'll see it in, if you ever come to our office, basically, something comes up, you'll see a swarm of people. Hey, how do we fix this? How do we go faster? How do we understand this? And how do we do better? So it becomes a family, and that's the people here, everyone's passionate about. We talked about that in the presentations. That goes into all of our departments. Like, we may be talking about our product in pipeline, but every single one that has a footprint on this, it could even be a supply chain person, but everyone is caring about how do we get our products to the user and how do we make the best products.
No,
I mean,
cool.
watching it work that way and seeing the results of pipeline. We've, had a little bit of behind the scenes at some of the tours of the property, but seeing all of that come together is awfully inspiring. How do you guys come up with the new product? Do you have a pool? Do you get like a secret confidential
Just
envelope?
a bowl with a bunch of little notes in it. You're like, we're gonna work on Hot Shot, and you get really excited because that's the one you wanted.
I wish it was that easy.
There's probably more of a process than that.
Yeah, I think the process, again, going back to being in the field, right?
Yeah.
We spend countless hours with our users.
Yeah.
So speaking the language, understanding that, all of our users are bringing the ideas to us. We don't have that ability without the end user. So
Fair.
hey, we're asking questions around. Let's say you're sort of take a step back. You don't know what you're going to work on. We do a lot of what we call discovery research. Yeah. So you're going out. For example, I did a push last year specifically to automotive. How do we come out and look at new solutions? Sort of working through this project at the time, but just asking questions like, hey, day to day, what are your pain points? What are the processes that take longer? What are the things that what do you hate doing? Right? That could be the start of an idea. And then we find those problem statements and really turn that into how do we solve that? So you hear that a lot in our presentations of we heard this frustration, we solved it with this. And that is the structure to how to find new product ideas. And you'll see that in pretty much every product that we develop.
Well, it also it shows exactly why the commitment level is so high throughout the process. It isn't I don't know, it was the next one on the list, and we got together and we're we got to get excited about this.
Yeah.
And then it's hey, we saw a problem. And so that excitement starts right from the beginning. We can bring a solution.
Yeah, and we talked about, I think it was Tim who said it in the overall presentation. We have a lot of people that like to win.
Yeah.
And winning with this in our industry is developing a product that is accepted by the pro, right? If you have a user that's nah, it's not for me, I'll pass, I'll go to a competitive product, we fail. We take that personally, right?
It hurts in the feels.
Yeah.
Just like our users take pride in their work, we take pride in our work as well.
So we got to talk about it. It's sitting out here. You've referenced it a couple of times, but the M18 Hot Shot Jump Starter. Let's talk about it because I know you're excited, and so am I.
Yeah. So the Hot Shot Jump Starter, taking a step back, this has been an 8 to 10 year process overall. Ooh. At least when this idea came up, it's easily one of the most requested products we've ever had.
Okay. All right.
Constantly, everyone's like, "Hey, can you make a jump starter? Can you make a jump starter? Can you make a jump starter?" We talked about it for a long time, and really, as we come into a new category, we want to do something different, right? We're not going to throw our name. We could do that. We don't do that ever. Right. So as we started research on this, it was really how do we take jump starting, which seems like a pretty straightforward task, but there's a lot of things that could be better, right? So when we were talking to users, 3 frustrations really rose with whether it's a lead acid battery, a lithium polymer pack, whatever jump starter is there today. We heard, hey, it takes forever to charge, 8 to 12 hours, sometimes even 24 hours to fully recharge that battery. We also heard in extreme weather, so you're starting batteries in the winter most often. They're dying. Those batteries, or just like those batteries are getting impacted, a jump starter gets impacted as well. So heard that. Okay. And then the last one was it could depend on how many jump starts you're doing, but hey, 1 to 3 years, and I'm probably going to think about getting a new jump starter. So how do we increase that reliability? And those are sort of
that's the problem down there with all other jump starters.
Yeah, it's your energy source.
Yeah.
Jump starting is a harsh task, right? You're pulling power, you're degrading the energy source, and that's taking the brunt of it. Now, how do we pull that out? And then how do we also think about, can we add the value of having your M18 batteries, right? You invested in our system, you're trusting us to give you value in your job. How do we put that into a jump starter form? So that's where the idea came from. We had those sort of beckoning tone of how do we solve those frustrations? The way we're solving that is getting to a new technology. It's not a lead acid, it's not a lithium polymer pack. It is a supercapacitor technology that is proprietary to us that's going to provide you solutions to overcome those frustrations. So the benefit that we're giving users is charge rate is drastically reduced. So you're prepared to jump with an M18 battery in 70 seconds. So no longer hours. You're trying to think, hey, is it charged? Things like that. The way I've been explaining it in the simple way is you're taking something that you always have to worry about and constantly think about as ready to go, and now it's a power tool. Just like all of our M18 products, it's just there. It's swap an M18 on and you're ready to go. Capacitors also give you benefit in those extreme temperatures. So -4 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, you can operate this tool and you don't see any degradation in power potential, anything along those lines. So you're going to get more consistent performance in those extreme weather conditions. And then the last one, longer life. So we talked about the reliability, 1 to 3 years of use. Capacitors rated up to 500,000 cycles. It's a really big number, and what that means is extended life. So you're going to get years and years of use, and hey, that jump starter is ready for you when you need it.
Huh. It's crazy.
That's a lot.
Actually, I think that's what I just got.
Also, you're lucky that's a larger piece of equipment, because Phil's eyeballing it up like he's about to find a stash in his back to be like, I just happen to have. It's his now.
Well, let's get a little bit of let's put it into context a little bit.
Yeah.
I see it's got the 5 amp hour battery on it, or the 5 volt battery. How many jump starts? How long can you crank it?
Yeah, so
Can you answer some of those questions?
Yeah, so from a number of jump starts, 5.0 battery is going to give you up to 70 jump starts. So you're getting multiple 7-0.
7-0.
So multiple
70.
days, multiple weeks. You have, whether you're a tow truck company or you're doing 1 or 2 a week, you're going to be covered by that M18 battery. You're also compatible across the M18 battery line. We recommend a 5 or higher just to get your maximum potential of number of jumps. So a lot of automotive guys like shop, you're maybe seeing 10, 20 in a week in those peak times.
Yeah, maybe.
Tow truck guys can do 50 to even up to 100. They've also done things like auto auction, the more unique sort of segment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like they're constantly running through jumps during those auctions. So that's where a lot of that.
Just that you found that, I'm sure, through your research.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's
something
like,
we never would have.
never in a
thought
million
of,
years
like,
would I thought of that. I mean,
that's
I
sort
would
of
have,
like,
I guess I had to really think about it.
And if you had a million years.
There's that.
Timing.
And that's what, going back to the sort of concept of like the research that we do, like even if it like is an offshoot, maybe like subset of the trade, like we want to know like, what does this mean for that? Maybe it doesn't make sense, maybe it's not the right product, but even if we have that conversation, maybe that leads to another product later.
Well, because those guys have got to be experts in jump starting.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, like they might not be. You might sell more to a completely different market.
Yep.
But those guys are well, let's run it through the gauntlet. Let's send it to the auto auction.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we did a lot of testing with a lot of the auto auctions locally across the country, and like they got put through the ringer, to say the least.
Yeah, no kidding.
Trial by fire, indeed. Now, when you talked about the length of this project, from the idea, how many years back, when something like this comes and is now it's here, it's live in person, obviously, and here at Pipeline. Like, what is the process of getting this to market? How do you tell the story of this product to the public? So that the shops and the auction houses, like, that everybody knows that this is the thing that Milwaukee Tool does now. What's that marketing like?
Yeah, so that's sort of like as you get closer to launch, you know what the product is, you're committed to what it's going to do. Like, that's where we get into the commercialization process. How does that we tell the story of the benefit there? And like this one was the biggest thing was like, hey, this is a different type of jump starter. Right. So we need to make sure that we educate on the benefit of the jump starter, right? Like, this isn't us just saying, oh, Milwaukee's got a jump starter. Cool. Right. Like, no, we need to tell what your benefit is and what you're actually going to get out of this. So working with our commercial teams, sales, we have our channel marketing teams, brand teams, really, how do you craft that story and tell a customer what you're actually going to get out of this? And it's a long process, right? Like, that's naming, that's photography, that's video, any of the way that we speak about the product. Like, how do we intentionally tell the right story and make sure that people understand what it can provide to them? Yeah,
and I think it's important. The education piece seems important because I think you said it well. Yeah, we have a starter pack now. Like, but it's not it. It's so much more. There's so much more depth to it. So being able to tell that story, not just like, hey, let's put this in a video with some rock music in the background and make it look really cool, and then be like, buy it. The ability to be able to tell that story, and I think utilizing the channels that you use, but also like something like this, like Pipeline, or having this conversation to be able to kind of long form have that story is hopefully moves the meter and lets people know it's out there.
Because they're more than a 3-sentence blurb underneath an image on a website.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't do it justice.
No, not at all.
And I think that, then you get excited to say, because like, man, we put a lot of work into this. And like, we want people to know that this isn't just another you know, a SKU number.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, 100%.
I have more questions.
Yeah.
Can you operate it, like, say you pop the hood on a vehicle and, oh, shoot, it doesn't have battery in it.
Yeah.
Can you bypass? I know, like, on
Yeah.
our, okay, so.
Yeah, so
that-
we do have, well, I'll walk through a couple different
Yeah,
issues
yeah.
there. So anything below 1.2 volts, you're going to have some problems like, hey, it's pretty stone dead. Is the electronics actually able to read that? So we do have an override modes for those stone dead batteries, and you're able to jumpstart it. One thing that we're open about, it's not a vehicle battery replacement. So
Well,
if you
right.
have something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bad alternator, stuff like that, it's not intended for this. This is purely a jump starter.
Gotcha.
Fair, yeah. No, I was thinking about one of my old Jeeps. I pulled the battery out. It got used in something else.
Yeah.
You know, a 67 Gladiator. And so I was just like, it was a pain in the neck with the jump starter that I had. You had to, like, push two buttons. You had, like, the push sequence of buttons to get it to override. And, like, I get it.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to start this damn thing and get into the shop.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy. You hold down the start button, you're ready to go. As long as you're hooked up properly. The big thing there is 1.2 volts or lower. So we tried to lower that threshold as much as possible so you can have the safety protections, reverse polarity protection, overheat protection, short circuit. Like, it's very smart what the electronics are doing to make sure that, hey, I mean, even if you know what you're doing, like you're having a bad day, you're trying to go fast, like you can mess stuff up. Like
Right.
all
Yep.
it takes is going the wrong way on a jump
Oh, yeah.
starter, right? So it has all those protections, but also has the opportunity when those super low batteries are there, you can still use it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And then, yeah, crank, is it like hit timeout after 15 seconds?
Yeah,
or-
so it's 30 seconds. So essentially the process here, I'll leave it there, but you turn it on, you charge up the capacitors to 100%. Once those capacitors are at 100% and it knows you're connected to a battery, it'll allow you to press the jump start button. If you're not, you hold it down and then you're sending power out.
Well, here, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But show me.
Yeah, for sure.
Told
Spin
you.
this around.
Like, everybody got eyeballs on it because he's going to probably try to sneak that out of here.
So you turn it on.
Yeah.
We're not hooked up to a real battery. So we're at 87% on the capacitor charge. You let that charge up. That's that under 70 seconds. So from 0% to 100%, that's what you get, 70 seconds. Once you're going here, that's when you could. So it's not hooked up. So you would hold down the battery. I won't do that because we got our cables sort of all over the place here. But
Yep.
basically, you'd press the jump start. You're ready to go. You see the clamps flashing. That's
Yep.
telling you not hooked up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So and
super
it has,
simple.
Yeah, and the nice thing with, like, you have a display screen, right? So
Right.
a lot of jump starters don't have that.
No, they got like the light that's like kind of blinking, or what does this blink mean?
Yeah. We looked at it, right? Like, if you don't have a display screen, you can make the product cheaper. But it was something very important to be able to know what's going on with the jump starter. So if there's an error code going on, you'll have that. You'll have flashing different things actually telling you, hey, something went wrong, but then you can actually go reference the manual and understand what is going on. So that was really important because, like, this is partially a diagnostics tool when you're going into it. Like, hey, something's wrong. We got a flashlight as well.
That's
so another
cool.
great
And like a
feature.
strobe, like, yeah, broke down on the side of the road.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Late night, early morning jumps.
Yep.
The nice thing, it's sort of funny. This was we always talk about intentionality when we're developing products. Like, every single thing is important in a product. So the flashlight, we noticed a lot on some of the newer jump starters, they go the wrong way. It's a flashlight, so it's not following the cables. And so you can't use it in the sense of, hey, I'm illuminating the battery. Ours follows the cables. Like, something like stupid simple, but is a benefit to the user and actually allows you to illuminate
Yeah,
the
like
end of
like
the bay.
some just put a light on it.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a light.
Flashlight. Check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything about it is intentional. I think the one thing that I nerd out on in this one is our clamp design. So that was something that we talked about a lot with users is like, hey, clamps suck. They
Yeah.
don't get connected easily and they don't stay connected. So we custom designed this. We took 30 to 40 different clamp designs out into the field and had our users design it for us. So it was, here's this one, here's that one. What do you like about this? And finally took, I think just on the clamps alone, it was like probably 6-month process just to narrow in on the design.
Which is crazy that the 30 or 40 clamp styles even exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, people have been trying to figure this out for a minute. We'll try this. No. We'll try this. No.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
this
we
is
took out competitors. We talked about like prototyping, like 3D printing. Goes a long way because we can do something like this in a day, print that out, and go take another one. So we looked at some pretty wacky ideas, but really got to our design that's focused in on, it's got a narrow clamp head. So a
Yeah.
lot of battery
Easy to get in.
terminals. They're starting to put them in weird spots too, like under a motor mount, under like different
Yes.
like in the firewall area. Like,
Yeah.
So this will allow you to get in there, and then you also have a custom teeth geometry. So all that is made by us. It's not just just put some teeth on it. It's designed to bite a little better, and then the spring force is really high. So
Oh yeah, no. When I was like, all right.
Yep.
And forearms pumped.
Yeah, yeah.
Squeeze that a little bit.
Yeet.
you get used to it. You get used to
Yeah.
it.
I would much rather have that than the other way around.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Well, it's really easy to use, but it's not really.
Yep.
And then the USB charging, is that just
Yeah, so that's for personal devices.
Okay.
Like we do see this get thrown into cars, things like that. So you can charge your personal devices
Yeah.
if you want to charge a tablet, phone, things like that. Another extra feature that gives a little more value to the user.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because everybody's out. I mean, you could basically put a battery charger on everything. Charging
Yeah.
port, just anything you have. If you put one on the water bottle next time, that'd be awesome. You know, because that seems to be the thing that, and just to think of that, that little nuanceical thing. Where does this go? How do people travel with this? That just goes back to that root core value of Milwaukee Tool, and that's the user is who this is for.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we made it. It's cool. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't, I'm telling you, keep your eyeballs on it. He's got getting handsy over there.
Well, no,
But no,
see,
it's super cool.
I mean, I wanted to just pick it because it feels like quality.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, I don't know, a lot of them just feel like they're just a big plastic shell with a circuit board in them.
Yeah, it goes like I'm gonna keep nerding out on this.
nerd
I'm
away.
with you.
Nerd away.
Now I'm nerding too.
Everything about it is intentional, like how we routed the cables, how the cables attach to the PCBA boards in there. We heard a lot like, hey, I damaged my jump starter, things like that. Everything, how we connected all the wires and all the components are focused in on providing durability, because we saw a lot. It was like, hey, how did it damage like your jump starter? And it's actually like just poor manufacturing on a lot of the jump starters that
Right.
exist today. So just like all of our power tools, super durable. We do drop durability. It's IP65 rated, so it's going to hold up to that dust and weather or water resistance.
Yep.
There's a lot of intentionality in there, and really making sure that we hold up to those rigors, going above and beyond, and making sure that it's a durable product.
I like it. That's innovation.
I
at
almost
its
thought
finest.
it was like a pack out so it could slide in on the wall. That's what I thought the back was.
Got excited about
We
it.
thought about pack out.
Yeah.
Never say never. Maybe we'll think about it.
Yeah.
So as we look at, obviously another great innovative product from Milwaukee Tool, like what about, I know you can't forecast too much. You can't let the cat out of the bag too much, because that's why we'll be at Pipeline 2026. We're going to
Yeah.
find things out. But like, what's as far as like under the hood shop innovations that we can foresee coming from Milwaukee Tool? What's kind of on the horizon?
Specific to jump starters or other products?
Anything?
Yeah, I think like you'll see us continue to invest in the automotive trades.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the sort of tee up here of MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing was that sort of core user that we've always focused on. Automotive has continued to become a larger and larger. You'll see us you walk into a shop, it's bleeding red right now.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
bro.
like
Uh-huh.
it's surprising how many, like my dad's a diesel mechanic. I grew up around the shops. It wasn't like that 10, 15 years
Right.
ago.
No way. Like,
Now-
but we were jealous of our contractor buddies.
Yeah.
We were like,
Oh, they got
like
all
I
the cool
want
stuff.
Yeah.
I want red.
Well, and I would steal my buddy's drill driver. Like, I was like, oh man, I'm going to use this. And that was like my first impact.
I don't, to go back, I don't have anything to share, but you
Okay.
will continue to see investment in the automotive trades. It's becoming easily one of our largest core trades that we're focusing on. You guys have talked to a bunch of different product
Yeah.
managers,
Right.
but we have dedicated product managers just to automotive,
Yeah.
right? And I talked about like my project I took a year just to be in an automotive shop. Live and breathe, look at that. What are the opportunities moving forward? So some of that work and that research you'll see trickling out over the next couple of years, and we're definitely really excited about the future for this trade.
Too cool. Too cool. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And as we kind of get to, closing down on Pipeline 2025, and how many pipelines is this for you? Is this
Ooh, 3 or 4 now.
Okay.
Back in 2022 was my first one. Did the M18 inflator, so that was my first taste of
Nice.
pipeline. Yep.
so? This event obviously
Also.
is huge. We know that it takes so much, and the team that puts it together, and obviously everybody has their hands in it. Feels like it's something that as soon as we take off and head back out of town, the team's already starting to forecast for 2026 after
Yep.
reflecting on this year. But for you personally, like, what is your favorite part about this event that is held here at Milwaukee Tool every single year that just as it gets closer, you start to get. It's almost like Christmas, It's kind of got that vibe to it. Maybe it's all the red. But what's your favorite part about Pipeline?
I love talking about the products, as you can tell in the last 30, 40 minutes here. We get to tell the story, and we get to be genuine about it too.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't like talk about this only. You can only sell the product. Like, it is interacting with you guys, understanding what your audience wants, and you guys help us get a platform to show the work. Like, all of the work we do is like, we're very passionate. It's a lot of work. Like, that is not just, hey, I show up at 8, I clock out at 3, I say, yeah, that's good enough. Like, we put a lot of hours into development of our products, and this is the venue that we really get to talk about that and really take some credit for our work, but also talk about our products and give users the insight to, like, we thought about this. Like, this is a tool for you, and we really care about what you do on a daily basis, and we want to make you more productive.
And we've heard that. We heard that from Chris Enright. We had him on earlier today, and he said, I had some issues or some complaints about a particular product, and they listened. He's like, and it seems like nobody else, in the space does that. They're like, oh, that's great. Sucks that that's your problem. Milwaukee Tool will take that, kind of back and run it up the flagpole, get the team together, and be like, well, this is a problem, and if one guy's having it, thousands are having it. How can we fix it?
Yeah,
So,
like events like this we get to hear a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's only so much I can scroll on Instagram and TikTok and see the comments. Like, you guys hear it more than us, so we've learned a lot just being at these events of, hey, my audience is saying this. Like, we've heard a lot of this. Like, what are you doing to fix that? And like, we take that seriously and we bring that back.
Well, it's cool too, even hearing your guys' story, like from many different product managers and just everybody that is here. They're excited about the product, but they're also excited to share not only like the solutions, but like, oh man, like these were the struggles that we like ran into, and like this is how we overcame it. Like you were saying, like you could clearly tell that it's not a scripted. Don't say this, but just say that. It's like everything's open. The more transparent they are, but I think that's what connects you to us and your trades.
Yeah,
it's wild, man. It's definitely a pleasure for, I know, us, but everybody that we've interacted with that has been invited to this event is just blown away by your team.
That's awesome. It's great to hear.
Yeah,
and they love playing with the toys.
Yes,
yeah, that's the fun part.
Putting their hands on stuff, they light up again, just like Christmas. Kids at Christmas. Awesome, Jake. Well, thanks again for having us out here at Pipeline. Thanks for joining us on the podcast again. We'll go and we'll enjoy the rest of the evening safely.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Yep.
Maybe safely.